Another fine day in Florida, the Sunshine State. But nothing here is as it was, nor will it be for a long time. Everywhere, possessions and boats, so many boats, where they don't belong.
Hurricane Ian could be the deadliest storm in Florida's history.
Hurricane Ian battered Florida's southwest coastline with winds of close to 150 kilometers an hour.
Are you kidding me?
It doesn't hit a house.
It's going down the street.
They're used to storms here, but this was a big one.
And it got hit with really biblical storm surge.
The numbers are still unclear, but we're hearing early reports of what may be substantial loss of life.
And Ian's predecessors like Charlie and Irma didn't hit such large and populated stretches of coastline.
You look around here, there's nothing. We have no power, no phone service, nothing.
Heading into the disaster zone towards Fort Myers Beach. They're calling this Ground Zero. It's not long before we see evidence of looting.
Everybody's been taking water and some stole cigarettes and beer. I'm not angry. I mean, you expect this kind of thing, you know. People need stuff and they're going to do what they have to get it. It's a drill.
Gas station worker Joe Ranlett needs supplies too. The storm washed away his trailer home and just about all he owned.
Phone, my wallet, I have no ID, no clothes, no nothing.
Like a lot of people around here, he won't be getting any of it back on insurance.
I live day to day, you know, I live paycheck to paycheck. We struggle to survive most of the time, so paying extra money for insurance, who's got it, you know? It is what it is. Yeah, the little Mexican store up there, I know he's selling stuff for cash, so cigarettes and everything, so. Can I help you?
It's here we meet Lonnie and Patsy.
We lost everything in Bayside.
Who's up this far up to water?
You were that far up to water?
Yeah. Can't go to work. I don't have a vehicle, so right now I got money. Can't find the ATM. I got $41 in my pocket cash.
Yeah, this is my house right there.
This one?
Yeah. Right here. Okay. Here we are in Fort Myers Beach, Bayside Estates.
For a long time, the living was easy at Bayside, an over 55s community. But Hurricane Ian has changed all that.
And my laundry room was over there. Oh my God, I know. It's horrible. Yeah.
This is where we were standing, right here.
My mother's pictures and all that.
As the water came up to their chests, Lonnie, who can't swim, was apparently saved from drowning by Donald Trump.
Is that the thing you were wearing?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I got
it was blown up.
Gotta get that. I gotta do a plug for him. I've worked all my life, and I'm finally retired. And then this hour what I've worked for and all that, but maybe it's just material things, I assume.
Few phones are working and friends are checking in on one another in person.
We lost everything, I know it.
So did I. I was holding on to the ceiling fan in that little peak going, oh my God, this is it.
Yeah, that's how lying I was. I know, but just breathe, it's okay.
Further down the road, it gets worse. Terry and Rick Grant have walked 5 miles and back to check how their home fared.
Well, at least it's still standing. That's the main thing. I didn't think it was even going to be a structure anymore.
And what have you managed to pick up some things?
Just some personal items and a little bit of clothing and yeah.
We basically have the clothes on our backs and our vehicle. That's it.
This feels like disaster central. Responders are pouring in, but many of those living on the fringes are still waiting for help.
We don't have a leash, so we're improvising here.
Sean Hunt survived the storm by clinging to a tree.
It's time we feel that the government loves us, to aid us.
Florida is particularly vulnerable to climate change. More frequent and intense hurricanes threaten the community here. And rising sea levels mean the southern tip of the state could be underwater by the end of the century. Meteorologists from the universities of Miami and Florida went into the eye of the storm. Their measurements confirmed Ian was a monster.
We were about 10 or 15 miles away from the beach, from Fort Myers Beach. We still had wind gusts up to 115 miles per hour. That's very high winds to be so far inland.
As to why the hurricane tracked south so late before landfall, they say there's no real mystery in that.
Even the 2-day forecast and even the 1-day forecast can be a little bit off. And in this case, the reality, the truth of it just kept shifting to the south. And in the end, that was the prediction. But unfortunately, it did give people less time than they expected, I think.
Later, help arrives for Patsy and Lonnie.
We got you taken care of. So what's your name?
Okay, thank you.
We got a nice little elevator for you over here. I'm Corey. Nice to meet you.
When the volunteers turned up offering a bed in a shelter, they didn't hesitate.
I'm not really a handicap yet.
That's all right. You get to go up. Go ahead.
At the prospect of a safe and dry night, ahead of an uncertain future.